Alright, this part 2. And this is psychology. So like he might be that child who will haunt his parents with the perpetual question, do you really love me? Whoa, let me start at the top up here because they talking about some stuff. So let's see. I thought it was gonna be a little short one, right? And he does mask the pain of feeling and feelings with feeling deficient for as much as the seventh house is that shrinking personality trait. It also highlights that which one lacks. The selective perception of self is a source of much psychological suppression and one that is deeply rooted with the Libra childhood rearing. So the Libra male child is typically born with bickering parents, or at least reared at the time in their lives when they are at odds, because the cardinal air child is precocious, often labeled a mini adult. Damn. And early nods to his his sign associated with the human ages 42 to 49. He sees his parents and everyone else as his equals, whereas many children cower when faced with parental conflict. The Libra boy wants to mediate, indeed ameliorate the situation. I think I said that right. Ameliorate. I don't know. I don't know that word. I ain't gonna even lie. And so he may sit his parents down, one on the other side, and seek reconciliation. His attempts to harmonize usually works. My cognitive function is flaring up here a little bit with some of these words. Like I did an episode on that too on my podcast recently about cognitive behavior and how it affects you in depression. And so let's see here, what else he was talking about. This just give you a little psychology. What is it? Psychology background on his childhood. So let's see. He attempts to harmonize usually work, at least on the surface, and from an early age, he begins to believe that all difficulties can easily be smoothed over. His family life may look rosy on the surface, but tensions are lurking disastrously underneath. Tension, endemic to walking any tightrope, emotional or otherwise, is what actually necessitates the Libra boy's acquisition of balance. Just as his female counterpart is typically a child of divorce, giving rise to her abilities to easily cut people from her life to retain an equilibrium. The Libra male, whose parents usually stay together, rather learns to justify, rationalize, and strike balances within given circumstances and even within his own psyche. Focus on keeping the peace. He presents himself to his parents as a goody-goody who won't add to their strife, but will instead be a source of pride and appreciation, itself a two-way street. Putting on a mantle of perfect child, he hopes he will make his parents happy and thus keep them together. And trying to appear the ideal child, he may become a fusspot, if not an outright warrior. Afraid of underlying tensions, he will stick close to home and become especially tied to his mother apron string. Often panic at leaving the nest as a kid for fear of not being on the hand to mediate difficulties should they arise. He put as much effort into tap dancing even as a tender kindergarten age. He may become aware of his own pretenses. He might be that child who will haunt his parents, with the perpetual question, do you really love me? A combined result of his distraction natures and his own, and linking that he isn't quite showing them, or anybody for that matter, his true self. So they like to tend to have their true selves, is what they're saying. And In a modern retelling of medieval tales of the oath, literally defined as a child substitute or imposter placed in the stead of a real child abducted by elves, fairies, and witches, the boy robot David in the Steven Spielberg film AI. And that's so funny. I just literally just watched that movie. That's a good movie. It's on Amazon. And so basically, that boy's personality on there was kind of obsessive with his mother, and he was so obsessed with his mother that he became obsessed with the fairy in Pinocchio because he wasn't a real boy, but he wanted to be a real boy because he thought if he was a real boy, the mother who had adopted him while her son was, I guess, in the hospital, while he was in the hospital, uh, they adopted the AI boy, and so while he was there and stuff, they was like kind of interacting with him, teaching him how to interact with humans and things like that. And so it ended up developing a true emotional connection with the human, the mother. And so it really didn't care for the dad and the the real son. And so he really didn't care for them, but he cared for the mother because he saw how she cared for her actual son. And so he wanted that. He wanted that type of love. And so throughout the whole movie, it was just him trying to make himself basically a real boy so that he can get the love of his mother. So, oh my goodness. So you should watch that movie because if, that's the personality trait of this person, then, that's something you want to get into. That's what I'm going to say because I don't know in person. I don't want to make assumptions on that part. But I would just give them a little coverage about that movie because that's funny they mentioned that movie in here. And they're coming along with the parents' life at a lifetime when their marriage is hanging on by a thread. David's, ironically meaning beloved, is a program to be the perfect child and such loved his folks unconditionally. So that's like pretty much it. I don't know if he is, how his relationship is with his family. But that, that's definitely that. And then it got some Bible and literature in here. And so Libra draws on the character of Lucifer, meaning the bearer of the light stick, the prince of the power of the air, benefiting the sign cardinal air status. He is the morning and evening star planet Venus. He sought to overthrow the sun as center of the universe. He rivaled gods. What was that? Alias, Greek, Helios. Lucifer sought to bring power to mankind and build an enlightened civilization. In Lucifer, we see Libra as the liberal underdog seeking an exalted position. Literally prototype included Charles Dickens' Pip the Great Expectation. Pip meaning seed, pointed to the Librian desire to impregnate the world with high ideas. Okay. The upstart Luke Skywalker with the lightsaber is Lucifer to the core. Just think about the occupation you was talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. And then we got the astrological house. I'm gonna try to wrap this up really quick, so it's not another 20-minute video. But this stuff is interesting. So if you're really into it, you probably wouldn't mind how long it really is, right? So let's go ahead and do the astrological house. So you got union, cooperation, one-on-one partnership, confrontation, business partners, marriage, contracts, agreements, compromises, lawsuit deals, public responses, what one lacks, distance of self, grandparents, agents, identification with others, oneness with others, quality, harmony, the opposite sex, conflicts with spouse, attraction, balance, collectively, other people, divorce, rupture, adversities, detractors, close contact. Who one attracts, love bonds, receptacy, karma, compensation, commerce, public relations, fairness, impartiality, war, unification, and that's the astrological house. So those are like the words that dominates in their life, I guess. I guess so. And then you got keywords: proportion, harmony, measure, charm, serendipity, idealism, composure, elegance, levity, strife, talent, character, and what is it? Indecision, liberalism, justice, imagination, amplitude, order, appearance, democracy, uh, what is it? Precision, progression, expectation, consciousness, civilization, diplomacy, negotiation, stimulation, agility, innovation, impudence, sensuality, suppleness, personality, imagination, acrimony, class, inference, aparty, extravagance, discernment. So these is like the key words in them. And then you got sex and sexuality. I'm gonna take a picture of this section and send that to you so that you can read it. And we don't really care about the famous Libra men, do ya? Let me know if you do. I'll take a picture and send it to you. And then let's see, body, rulership. Libra rules the lower back, lumbar region, kidneys, the appendix, common physical alignment, including kidney complaints, and lumbago. Lambago, that's what they say. And the kidney performs a balancing act of their own way and eliminating unwanted matter. So that means that if they're imbalanced, they're gonna have a lot of pain in that area because that's where they sign rule in their body. And then you got straight turn-ons. You ready? Dominant female, tall women, and this right here don't lie. This right here, this don't lie. That's why I said you should try to see. I try to see if I can get the PDF for you and send you the book because this do not lie. So dominant female, tall women, classic beauty, models, active, worship, long straight hair, alabaster skin, kissing, licking, cleavage, congoliness, vanilla, voyeurism, female masturbation, positive, light bondage, girl on top, side entry, licking, blowing, biting, active, nipple play, male, female, couples, private clubs, erotica, passive, nipple play, sensual touching. So like feathers and shit like that. And then gay turn-ons. So then younger males, straight, married men, models, pretty boys, long hair, Scandinavians, mutual, J-off, mutual that, and then body contact, gymnastics, swimmers, surfers, skaters, marble skin, bisexuality, threesomes, artists, landscapers, active, nipple play, low hangers, voyeurism, passive, anal, analingus, light, B plus D hairy, treasure trials, and spas, saunas, steam rooms, Bonvivanians, Venism. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Soccer kid players and oral. And that's pretty much that. But then you got your couples, and you said that. Let me get your sign real quick. I don't forget that fast. 1 second. So I know that he's a Libra. Okay. I think it's was it June? I think you said. Oh, June. Gemini? Is that Gemini? June. Hold on, my dad is 20. Is June the 27th. Taurus. Taurus. Libra man, Taurus woman. They take time to warm up, but when it's hot, each investment, uh, much energy, and others' emotional health, a artistic pursuit. The partnership is purely sexuality, imagination, are stimulated. Role playing is one ritual, and so yeah, cause June 5th. Cause then what you got June, you got May, April. April is Taurus and a little bit of Taurus. So no, you a Gemini. Look, I'm going off the top of my head, so I might be a little off. Don't judge me. Where this? So this is that was Libra man and Taurus woman, but I don't think you're a Taurus woman. If I'm doing my calculation rights with the horoscope, I messed up. So you a Gemini woman, and so where she goes, he follows. Libra is positively passive when compares with enterprising Gemini. They have something to prove. Success is the consequence. Sex is comfortably secondary in their nonstop lifestyle. So I'm pretty sure you're Gemini. Let me see. Unless, did I do the Taurus? Yep, I did. I know you ain't Aries because I'm an Aries. So it will either be Cancer is at the end. Cancer is in July. So just let me know if I didn't do your parent right, okay? If you're not a Gemini, let me know. Cause I feel like I know my dad is May the 27th, and then May after May is June. So you said June the 5th, I think, something like that. June though, so I think I did that right.